Saudi,
Yeah.
someone that has a car, it's like شي واحد
Yeah,
عنده
I know, I
بيكالا.
know. راني كنت
فهمتيني؟
في. It's the same situation اللي في دبي.
But it's like بيكالا but
Yeah.
with responsibility. فهمتيني؟
Wait. بيكالا
My friends in
ولكن
Saudi,
بيكالا ولكن with male
بتشوف
privilege.
T'es très bon, qui éblouit le regard des passants et attire beaucoup de clients. Chez Benana.
see,
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of NE3NA podcast. So,
has their opinion.
introduce yourself.
Hello guys, my name's Mu'taz. I'm uh I'm half Bangladeshi, half Moroccan, Maghrebi. I was born and raised Saudi, and now I live in Morocco. I moved to Morocco on 2018, September 9th. That was the day my life changed, I guess.
Yeah, well, Ajay, don't you miss your old life?
صراحة, I miss things about my old life, but there are things I have in this life that I didn't have back then, and I had things back then that I don't have right now. So yeah, I miss it, but I wouldn't want to go back.
بحال دابا when we talk about friends, I guess بلي friends اللي you made في Morocco, you made deeper connections على the ones اللي you made there, ولا لا؟
Deeper connections, yes. But honestly, a lot of people are gonna get mad when I say this, but my friends in Saudi were more fun. When it comes to having fun,
Give me
I
an
had more fun
example.
when I was in Saudi because I knew way more people. An example is Saudi. Almost all of my friends had cars, so we could go out whenever we wanted, and we would go on road trips and things like that. But in Morocco, when I came to Morocco, I literally didn't know anyone, no one. I had a few friends that I made online,
Yeah, of course I know.
like
It's me.
Yasmin. You know Yasmin. She was in Fas, and other people were
Yeah.
in different places, so they were way too far. And I felt I felt very shitty the first few months. I felt
Yeah.
horrible. I felt so bad, and then I had my dark phase in the beginning, but then I got to meet people and I started learning the language.
Yeah, but like
you know,
when I first talked to you, you were way shittier في الدارجة than now.
yeah, yeah.
Also excuse our lack of petrol. ديكشي علاش ما عندناش كلنا cars.
عرفتي, the thing is, Saudi,
Yeah.
someone that has a car, it's like شي واحد
Yeah, I
عنده
know, I
بيكالا.
know. راني كنت
فهمتيني؟
في. It's the same situation اللي في دبي. فاش مشيت لدبي. It's like
Yeah.
someone اللي had a car بحال شي واحد اللي عنده هنايا شي بيكالا ولا شي حاجة. Like sport cars فين ما مشيتي كتشوفهم. فين ما مشيتي literally. في المطار كتلقى deserted sport cars. Like فيهم الغبرة مغبرين like people abandoned them. It was like what the fuck.
But it's like Picala, but
Yeah.
with responsibility. Another thing
لا
is,
wait بيكالا
my friends
ولكن
in Saudi,
بيكالا ولكن with male privilege.
but nah, it's different. It's different now. Like women can drive there now, so it's
And I watched a documentary على women. I think تقدر تكون شفتيها انت. Like the situation ديال women في السعودية بحال دابا they try to escape من their families و they get arrested في الايربورت ما كيخليهمش يسافروا. Yeah, like they go إلا مشاو للايربورت alone trying to flee. الايربورت كيقبضهم وكيعيط لذاك الوالي ديالهم ولا ما عرف شنو كيتسمى.
in Saudi, there's this law, okay? When it comes to women, family, like for example, there's a family, there's a father, there's a daughter. The girl, the daughter. Let's say she's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Okay? Normalement, in any other country, if you're 20 years old and you're a woman, even if you're a woman, you have the right to take a flight wherever you want without having to inform pretty much anyone, right? Like in Saudi, according to the Sharia,
Yeah, of course I know it's
you know
Sharia.
the Sharia, right? Rulings of the Quran and the Islam, and so according to the Sharia, a woman needs to have a mahram.
A home.
No, a mahram is a person like
Oh,
her
yeah,
father or her
Okay,
husband or
yeah.
her brother. Needs to have a mahram with her before traveling. So that's why, like, women below a certain age, I'm not sure which age, they cannot travel alone.
there is one other thing اللي شفت في ذاك الدوكيومنتري نيت كانت وقعت واحد الدراما like in a hospital مش in a hospital I mean in an airport the girl went there وحبست على راسها because they tried to get her back عند her family وهي she was like if I go back there they're gonna kill me and stuff جات واحد American journalist وبقات معاه تما المهم it was a whole drama وحده أخرى she succeeded ومشات مشات I guess فين كيمشيو normally فاش كيهربوا كيمشيو لشي بلاد ما عقلتش شنو I guess Italy ماشي إيطالي
والله ما عرفت, but when you have the Saudi nationality, you can go to a lot of countries without
they go there and she succeeded ومشات لتما وتما قبطوها ورجعوها بحالها. It's so weird man. I don't get it.
Another thing is there's this kafala. There's something called kafala. The kafil is the person who's responsible for you.
Yeah.
For example, let's say when I was in Saudi, my kafil was my father. First of all, I was ajnabi. I was a foreigner. My father was a foreigner. And according to law, my father, because he's a foreigner in Saudi, he's an ajnabi in Saudi, he needs to have a kafil.
So your father has a kafil and he's your kafil.
Okay. My father is my kafil because I'm his son.
And your father needs a kafil to live there.
Exactly. The kafil is someone he works for. So let's say my father stopped working for that person and he went somewhere else to work somewhere else and he abandoned his kafil.
Yeah, for example, he has his own company. Then what?
Now, it's funny you say he has his own company because you cannot have your own company if you're ajnabi. Like, you can work in a company and the
owner you can't have your own company there.
You cannot own something grand. You can own a car. I think you can own apartments and houses in a few places, but you cannot own land. You cannot own businesses. You cannot own big trucks or big buses. You can only own small cars and.
But what about, for example, fast food chains like McDonald's and Burger King? Aren't they international? So the owner, I mean, not the owner, but like the director or whatever.
The owner is the original owner in the US. Okay. But there's a wakil. The wakil is the person who, let's say, sponsors or takes care of this business in that country. Saudi, and he needs to be Saudi. The wakil needs to be Saudi.
Yeah, I understand. So the rules for Saudi Arabia aren't the same for Dubai, because like for Emirates.
No.
Yeah, because I know people there who have their own, from France, not France, more. They have their own company there. So I guess it's not the same thing. It's not that religious.
No, but this whole owning business thing, it has nothing to do with religion, by the way. Here's something the foreigners do in Saudi to get past this ownership thing. Sometimes, if you have a Saudi person, you know, a Saudi person that you trust very much, you can tell him, like, you will provide the finance to start this business with your name on papers, but in reality, it's mine.
I wouldn't trust my fucking brother with that.
Exactly. But a lot of people do it. So, like, they come to an agreement that this is my business. you own it just on paper, and maybe you have some percentage of it, no problem. Not maybe, he definitely takes some piece because he's putting himself at risk. Anyway, so when the foreigner, me, when I die, I want you to provide all the finance to my children and my wife. Okay? And there are a lot of stories I know. So many stories about people
Obviously.
getting scammed. And the families suffer a lot. They suffer very much. So it's very weird. Things are very different, very
Yeah.
different in Saudi. But still, I was born in that country and I grew up in that country, and I don't know why. I feel like it's biologically in me. It's biologically in everyone to love or
Of
have
course,
some
yeah.
sense of attachment.
Like
with the
there are a lot of things I hate in Morocco, but doesn't mean that like I don't love it as my country. فهمتي؟ There's also this thing ديال like بحال الدار ديال الريدوكاسيون ديال women. So for example إلا ما بقاش عندها كفيل or some shit, she gets put there until she واحد comes and for example adopts her or some shit. دابا كيتزوج بها. It's like ما عرفت شنو سميتها. It's a home for women بحال قلتي دار العجزة ولكن for women. They can't it's like a prison. They can't leave until someone like comes, for example, and marries them. Yeah. حتى those girls اللي try to escape when they come back for sometimes their family disowns them and they get put there في ذاك الدار. Yes, إصلاحية for women. And they're stuck there until they get married.
ماشي ضروري get married. Let's say until they finish their education and get a job.
Maybe ما عرفتش ولا ما عرفت. Because there are full grown-ass women there. So, since you grew up in Saudi Arabia, like, what do you think about Islam, like in general, the rules? Do you think they should be followed à la lettre ولا we live in a modern society, so modern rules? Yeah.
Let me make something very clear first. I am a dumbass. I'm very ignorant. One thing I know for sure is I'm very skeptical about everything.
And you should be.
I ask a lot of questions. Exactly. Just like everyone should be. So when it comes to religion, when it comes to Islam, I believe everyone has a right to pursue their beliefs and follow whatever religions they believe in. But I don't believe that we should make laws in countries according to those religions.
They should stay beliefs. Like
because
it's your own personal life.
Exactly.
Either you adopt those beliefs and those rules, or you don't. You don't get punished for it.
Exactly. On a national level, you don't put religion before your country. You put your country first. Because if you put your religion first, you're going to discriminate every single human being in that country that does not follow your religion. And that's not only bad for your country, it makes people miserable.
Yeah. There's also the fact that in religions, we tend to disagree on a lot of topics. So for example, كاين شي حاجات اللي محرمين، كاين شي ناس كيقولوا no, like مذاهب for example.
Like within our religion, there are different scholars saying different things. Exactly.
I have some friends. They start questioning things, and they're like, they're atheists. I have atheist friends. We all have atheist friends. Yeah, and
exactly
when they try to push their beliefs on me. Because like واحد الحاجة اللي كاينة هي not only religious people try to push their beliefs on others, so not religious people try to do the same thing. So when those atheist friends try to push their beliefs on me, I'm like, I'm a simple person. If I come to think of it not from a religious standpoint, I already do a lot of shit. It's like it's not good in Islam. It's haram and stuff. We all do. Okay, we all do shit اللي is not good. Yeah.
No one's a
و-
perfect Muslim. Let's make that very, very clear. No one
exactly.
is
So
a perfect
I'm
Muslim.
like, I already do a lot of stuff, and Zama, it's not a religion that's stopping me from doing shitty stuff because I already do. ولكن if when I think about it, if I die and there is no God you try to say, I'm not losing anything. Yeah, but if there is a God,
That's a good point.
I was a Muslim. Even though I fucked up in a lot of things, I was a Muslim.
Exactly.
So it's like
Okay.
there is no losing in the situation.
There's no.
Yeah, I try
You're
to
saying
go
there's
with
no losing.
no losing, but I try to go with the least harmful solution.
Exactly.
So, like
You have backup.
if you don't want to go by the rules of Islam, you can be a Muslim without going by the rules of Islam. Like if you don't want to believe only because you want to be free to do anything, you can do all the stuff you want. You're gonna take shit for it. You're gonna take atom, for example, for it. Yeah. But
Okay.
but
That's an interesting point of view.
it doesn't mean you should believe we just came to be or something. Because I can't believe we just started to exist. It doesn't make sense for me.
Well, that's not what atheists say. Atheists don't say
Yeah,
we
that's
just started saying.
كل واحد شنو كيقول
They have
حتى هما عندهم بزاف
they have complicated
ديال yeah.
Exactly. First of all, I don't believe in pushing your beliefs onto others. If they want to hear about your belief, they'll ask you. Otherwise, don't shove it at people's faces. Continue. And another thing is, you mentioned something about what is it? If you die, yeah, you mentioned that. Well, atheists, the ones I know, they're not concerned about the afterlife. They say in this life, you being a Muslim harms others around you. And when I ask them, okay, well, what do you mean? Explain. Kivish. They say that your religion, not only your religion, most religions constrict or pull back science. They stop us from asking questions. They prevent us from evolving. Continue.
That's
what they say.
Yeah.
They say that and they of course they mention terrorism.
Well,
they mention all the history, all the.
I have the perfect argument ضد هاد الشيء اللي كيقولوا. And it's shitty to judge people based on a minority. It's what's happening in every single community that exists. If we look at the feminists community, كاين داك shitty extremist feminists اللي take from the legitimacy ديال other feminists, like real feminists اللي go and try to get women their rights. كتلقى une grande majorité ديال feminists try to fix problems and get women equal rights. وكتلقى واحد المينوريتي اللي صابغه شعرها بالاركونسيال و goes out in the streets and their boobs are in the air and are like women power and the problem is most of the times the minority is the one that like l'attention ديالنا كتمشي للمينوريتي because هما اللي كيجبدوا الصداع.
Yeah, you see, they're a minority. They're a small amount of people.
For example,
but they're very
terrorism.
loud. They attract a lot of attention.
Like, how many Muslims are there in the world? 2 billion, I guess. Well, 1.5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how many of those Muslims are terrorists? And still, would be whenever you hear Islam, you hear terrorism. Whenever you hear feminists, you think about a crazy woman who's naked in the streets.
Whenever you think about Morocco, you think about
And
Germany.
whenever you think about Saudis, you think about petrol.
And
Yeah.
كاينة.
Well, yeah,
All stereotypes, فهمتني?
yeah.
We're humans, man. What are you gonna do? What? You gonna change everyone? Or what?
But by the way, you're becoming poor really soon. Your country. Your
Don't say my country. I was just
country
born there.
been there's apostrophe. The price
Yeah.
the price of oil now is negative.
I know. There's a the
I don't
crisis
get
going on.
how it works because
Okay.
how does one sell oil at minus $37?
Let me explain. For example, the United States of America, the prices went below $0 for let's say 1 gallon. Okay. The prices went down because the market stopped.
Yeah.
No one's buying, no one's selling. So you just keep collecting this amount of oil, but no one's buying it. So you need to sell it to keep the business going. If you don't sell it, then what? You have a lot of oil. You don't have dollars.
But
You don't
what's
have
happening?
finance. So they have a lot of oil, but no one's buying it. And when they say that the prices went below zero, the prices went below zero for a certain amount, for 1 gallon, let's say. So if we have 100 gallons of petrol, it could be $1.
Yeah.
Continue. So just because it's negative does not mean
Yeah.
you can take it for free.
That would be cool. Though.
That would
Well, something that's happening in America right now is the fact that food banks are suffering because they don't have enough food. Yeah. At the same time, big food manufacturers في agriculture تاعي, the agriculture world, they are throwing food away. Currently, like they're throwing meat, they're throwing milk instead of giving it to food banks. And I don't get why.
It's probably some kind of business stunt. I don't know.
But
Like, oh, if we cannot sell this for a
then give it
price,
to
we'd rather just throw it
people
away.
who can't fucking eat right now.
Yeah, that's the 1%.
But that 1% mentality
1%
has more than like سنا قريت حتى انا كنقرا geopolitics, so قال لك باللي the top 20 billionaires in the world have more than 50% of the wealth of the world. Yeah,
of the world.
that's weird. That's so weird when you think about it.
But like, our society is a hierarchy. I'm gonna try to turn into Jordan Peterson real quick.
I love him too. Well, كنت حاجة ما سمعت, let's be honest. ما دي شيء.
Same. Because he's not putting anything new out. He's very sick. He's in Russia.
Oh.
He's getting treated in Russia. He's very sick. He's been having health problems his whole life. And it's such a shame because he's a brilliant mind.
Lobsters.
And I love that so much. Anyway, society is a hierarchy. Okay? A hierarchy is like a pyramid. The top, there are all the rich. There's a 1%. They own the, like you said, 50 or 80% of all the finance. And at the very bottom, there are all the, let's say, homeless people, criminals, and stuff like that. And everyone tries to reach the top. And the people at the top always own the majority of the finance. But the people at the top don't stay at the top for too long. So it's constantly changing. The pyramid is constantly moving. People from the middle are moving to the top. People from the top.
Is it? Do you see?
Middle. People.
I mean, Bill Gates.
That's something.
But they're not going to move anytime soon to the هذا. I mean,
when they die. I don't mean to be very dark, but when they die, the finance just moves down. It spreads a little bit. Again, I don't know anything about what I'm talking about. I'm just throwing words, but
and I don't think really I think it's moving, ولكن not in the way that you explained. What I think is happening is people from the middle class aspire to be like people from the higher class, but At the same time, people from the higher class try to how can I say it, widen داك الاسباس اللي بينهم وبين the middle class.
What you're trying to say is the rich are trying to get richer. So you're saying that
No,
the
I'm
rich
not
are
saying
getting
that
richer and the
because
poor
the
are
rich
getting
are not getting the rich are getting richer, but the poor are getting richer too. It's just that the gap between them is expanding. But I'll give you an example. شحال هادي like only the middle class and the higher class had access to TV and stuff. But now you can find a TV in all homes تقريبا. So what I'm saying is the rich are getting richer, but the poor are getting richer as well. It's just that they're not getting richer at the same pace. So their life is improving,
I see.
ولكن it's not improving at the same pace.
I see. What I want to say is capitalism, it's not perfect. Yeah, it's the best that we've got right now. And instead of arguing and fighting about what's better, why not take this and try to improve it instead of deleting it and
But like
putting something else?
I guess that's what's happening. That's what's happening anyway. Because like in the past, others have tried. For example, communism. But like when it went down, it went down. There is no there is no countries that are now going to switch from capitalism to communism. I mean, there are still communist countries like China and what else? There are still communist countries. ولكن
They don't call it communism.
Yeah,
They call it modern.
even China is moving to capitalism slowly, but it's moving to capitalism. For example, its economy is it's a capitalist economy. ولكن what I'm trying to say is that's what we're doing. I mean, we're not improving it for all the people. ولكن we're improving it in some way.
When you say that, oh, we already tried communism and it didn't work, they say, oh, it was tried by the wrong people. So I think to myself, so you really think that you yourself can rule a country and make communism work? Do you have that level of intellect, that level of smart?
What I
and
think
I'm pretty
is
sure you don't either.
Communism is based on forgetting about improving your life, about profit, your personal gain, and thinking about the country as a whole, which is like it's eliminating greed, for example. And capitalism works on greed. Like the more people are greedy, the more capitalism works. It's in our nature, no matter how good we are, to look for what's good for us as an individual. Yeah, so that's why communism will never work, because even if it's the smartest person who is applying it, they still deep down think about themselves. Capitalism, it helps the poor. Well, it helps. They say, I don't remember who said that, but I heard it somewhere. They say that capitalism helps you and helps society, but without being nice. Like it's not saying, "Oh, I'm gonna help people," or "No, we think about people first," or stuff. No, it says that you have to work and stuff, but it's helping the poor and it's helping society while being quiet and not being nice about it.
I see. You took that role.
So. Tell me something crazy.
Something crazy in general, or something crazy about?
Why the fuck would I want to know something crazy? Yeah, tell me something crazy in general. Let's see what you've got.
Okay, something crazy in general.
I don't know how fishes communicate.
The fish, they communicate using colors that we cannot see. I think it's ultraviolet rays or something like that, but they like there are certain lenses that you can use to see, and they produce different colors.
You reminded me of something. which is nice. So now we're gonna have a conversation. What do you think about? No, well, no, yeah,
About
kinda.
fish?
What do you think about killing animals like for food? Do you think we should care? Like, I know, some people are vegan because they care about animals and animals' feelings and كده. And I respect that. Even though if I were to become vegan anytime in my life, it wouldn't be for saving animals. It would be for the benefits of becoming vegan. So, what do you think about
Okay.
like the animals? Do you think we should give a shit?
I'm gonna tell you what I believe, and I'm gonna tell you what a friend of mine who was a vegan tells me. What I believe is we're human and we're omnivores by nature. By nature. So if you say that I should not eat meat, I should not eat chicken and fish, it's like saying fuck you to nature. So by nature, we are supposed, like our ancestors, they hunt. They went out hunting for animals. It's in our DNA. It's coded in us to eat meat. Genie. And even though people say that veganism has a lot of benefits, it's really not for everyone. It's not. There are people who, if they converted to veganism,
I can give you
die.
my personal
Within a month,
experience.
they're gonna be
I
dead.
tried veganism for a month or so, more than a month, like 2 months, and my hair started falling because I wasn't getting enough protein. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God it happened.
Exactly. And there are people who can survive, who need to only eat meat to survive. Jordan Peterson again. You know what's his diet? Meat,
What do we call
salt,
it? There is a name
water.
for that.
That's it. That's all he eats.
The what?
The lion's diet.
No, like there's a scientific name for that,
Lion's
like when we
diet.
talk about a keto diet or some shit, but I don't remember the name.
I don't know, but it's his daughter. Her name's Mikhaila. She made this blog about diets and stuff because him and his daughter, and he has a family history of really bad diseases and they've been suffering a lot. So his daughter, she started exploring this thing and she said, oh, maybe it has something to do with our food. So what she did is she experimented. She tried different diets. She tried this, she tried that, and she noticed that when she cut carbohydrates, when she cut out sugars, she cut out a lot of things, and she started feeling better. So she went to her father and she told her father, there's this diet. It's you only eat reds and greens. You only eat red meat and green vegetables. And he's like, oh, I don't want to blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, just try for a week. Try it for a week. He said that when he tried that diet for 1 week, so much has changed within a week. And within a year, he was a different person. His whole life, ever since he was a college student, he's been taking antidepressants. He changed his diet, and it fixed his depression. He started sleeping better, less negative thoughts. Like, imagine our food has that much to do with...
I completely agree. Well, I read a theory, and it makes sense. I don't know how true it is, but it makes sense. So, now, we eat food. We are animals. Yeah, we are animals.
We are.
And animals, كل species has a diet. They don't go tonight I'm gonna eat McDonald's and tomorrow I'm gonna eat a Taco Bell. There's an example اللي هو elephants, for example. For a lot of time we believe that they only live 10 years or something. Because we keep them in a zoo and give them food. And when we studied them in the wild, we discovered that they live way longer than that. Because they have a natural diet that they follow. it's fixed. It doesn't change from an elephant to another. So people started wondering if humans have a natural diet that we don't know about.
Same thing.
So هذه التيوري ديالي بصراحة. I don't know what the diet is.
And yeah, I think different people have different diets. It's not depending on one person. It's different people.
Man, I know, but I don't see the point of, like, I know there is, when it comes to humans and the rights and stuff, I completely agree. But when it comes to animals, killing and torturing an animal, I get that, because there is no use in doing that. There's no use in taking an animal and torturing it before killing it. ولكن fucking telling me not to eat meat because it's killing animals, I don't get it at all. I fucking can't. Like, I couldn't give two shits, honestly. I mean, I hope Peter doesn't listen to this podcast, so I really couldn't give two shits about killing animals to eat them. And, like, we don't go judging animals for killing animals and eating them. Yeah.
Exactly. That's another thing.
We're getting too philosophical about food. So, guys, hi. It's me, Ala. I had to end the podcast here. It's too long. Go check the podcast on Spotify, on Apple Music, on YouTube. في YouTube كان short highlights للناس اللي مبغيتش تتفرج البودكاست كامل. Part 2 will be up next week. حيت كما قلت لكم البودكاست طويل بزاف. تشاو تشاو.